In the darkest days of America, when the country was divided, and freedom was a word not yet true for all, one man rose from humble beginnings to change the course of history forever. This is the incredible story of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, the great emancipator, and the man who gave his life to keep a fractured nation whole. Abraham Lincoln was born on February 12, 1809, in a one-room log cabin in Hardin County, Kentucky, now LaRue County. He came from a poor family, with little formal education. His father, Thomas Lincoln, was a frontiersman and farmer. His mother, Nancy Hanks Lincoln, died when Abraham was just 9 years old. Lincoln's childhood was marked by hard labor, self-education, and deep introspection. He once said, "The things I want to know are in books. My best friend is the man who'll get me a book I ain't read." Despite only about 1 year of formal schooling, Lincoln taught himself by reading Shakespeare, the Bible, and law books. His hunger for knowledge would become a guiding force in his life. In his 20s, Lincoln moved to New Salem, Illinois, where he worked as a storekeeper, surveyor, and postmaster before studying law. He eventually became a lawyer and was known for his sharp mind and honest reputation, earning the nickname Honest Abe. He entered politics in the 1830s, serving in the Illinois state legislature, and later in the U.S. House of Representatives. But his return to national attention came through a series of debates in 1858 with Stephen A. Douglas, where he spoke out strongly against the expansion of slavery. Though he lost that Senate race, his words echoed across America. In 1860, Lincoln was elected President of the United States, a victory that would push the country to the brink of civil war. Just weeks after Lincoln took office, the Civil War began. 11 Southern states seceded from the Union to form the Confederacy, defending slavery and states' rights. Lincoln's mission was clear: preserve the Union at all costs. It was a brutal conflict. Over 600,000 Americans would die before it ended. Lincoln faced enormous pressure, from generals, from Congress, and from the people, yet he remained committed to the principle that all men are created equal. In 1863, he issued the Emancipation Proclamation, declaring that all slaves in Confederate-held territory were forever free. While it did not end slavery immediately, it transformed the war into a fight for human freedom and paved the way for the 13th Amendment. In November 1863, at the dedication of a cemetery in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, Lincoln delivered one of the most famous speeches in American history, the Gettysburg Address. Just 272 words long, it redefined the meaning of the war. That government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Lincoln won re-election in 1864, and by April 1865, the Civil War was coming to an end. The Union had prevailed. But Lincoln would not live to see the peace he worked so hard to build. On April 14, 1865, just 5 days after General Robert E. Lee surrendered, Lincoln was assassinated at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C., by actor and Confederate sympathizer John Wilkes Booth. He died the next morning, the first U.S. president ever assassinated. Abraham Lincoln was not born into greatness. He earned it. He rose from nothing to become a president, saved a nation from collapse, and took the first real steps toward freedom for all Americans. His words, his courage, and his moral clarity continue to inspire leaders around the world. He once said, "Nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power." Lincoln used his power to heal, to unite, and to liberate. His legacy lives on not just in statues or textbooks, but in every struggle for justice, every fight for equality, and every dream for a better future. He lived simply, he led humbly, and he died a hero. This was the life of Abraham Lincoln, the man who kept the United States of America united.